Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and good morning. Hope everyone is having a great day today. So, I'm here in my base, down underneath, I guess I would call this my warehouse, and I feel that we need in Bedrock a nice configurable train station. Okay, we built one in the Nether based on a design by Exumavoid, and it's wonderful. However, it's rather rigid in flexibility and layout. So I've designed this station, and I want to walk you through it, and then we'll look at how it's built. Okay. All right. So first off, we've got the little station here. All right. Now this is pretty much the way Exumavoid had his. He's got his 8-way selector and the start button. Now I've added the gate here because I find that if you get too close to the minecart, it will take off before it's ready, and therefore the track may not be switched and such things, and you may just miss the minecart. All right. So I built this little fence, so you just stand behind it, you poke the button, you jump in the cart, and you go to your destination. Okay, pretty simple, pretty standard. Now let's go to number 7. Okay, so you just snuggle up to the fence here, poke the button, jump in the cart, and away you go. All right, and then we're going to head back. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much how it works. Let's just take a quick look about it. Why do I feel that this is a better station? Okay, so several things. Now, I just posted a short video explaining the track layout issues. That is one of the issues, okay? That's really the main issue that I wanted to address with this station. With my design, you can send the tracks any direction you want. Well, let's just say this. You can send them left or right from your main track, and then as I show here, you can also bend around the corner and send them a different direction, even if the logic for switching the tracks changes from high to low or from powered to unpowered. So that's the beauty of this design, is that you can change it. Another thing that I really wanted, and one of my goals was, do you notice there are no holes in the floor? No switches on the sides of blocks, no holes covered by half slabs. It's all nice and flat. Okay? And I really wanted that in my station. Okay, now these ugly blue squares, the blue concrete, that is only for layout purposes. I would, building one for everyday use, I would remove those blue after I had completed the station and replace them with something else. As far as powering the powered rails, you can either put a redstone block in your floor, or in some cases you can put a redstone torch underneath the powered area, the area that needs to be powered. Okay, I added a couple hoppers because occasionally the rider will pick up his own minecart. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's a directional thing or anything like that, but I wanted to see if I could, change that. So there we go. If you want to, yeah, the slower speeds in this short track I have, you hit the cactus, sometimes you'll bounce back. By reconfigurable, I mean like this. Let's say we don't want this track here. Let's say we want it here. And there we go. Now we have the track headed on the other side. I didn't choose it. Let me choose it. That would be track number 2 that I just switched. 1, 2. All right. And there we go. Yeah, see, so reconfiguring your layout to meet your needs to me is a big plus. Now I'm going to show you why. I'm going to the train station that we built, Exumavoid's fine station, and again, it is a fine station. I love it. But I'm going to show you some of the drawbacks, okay? Okay, here is Grand Central Station. Alright, we're here. Okay, so now, it's a wonderful station, but you notice how, yeah, everything flows fairly nicely, other than it would be great if it was rotated 90 degrees and we could route these 3 tracks that direction. We could route this over here. We could route these 2 this direction, and we could route this one over here. And we've got a couple spares. But in order to make this layout work on bedrock, we had to orient it this way. So, and then these blocks are covering holes, and then these half slabs are covering holes, and I really don't like that. It's not how I wanted it. It's not how we wanted it. And again, it's a fine station. It's wonderful, but those are some shortcomings that I wanted to address. Okay. All right. So let's go back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so let's look at our parts. So your mileage will vary. You're going to need a few different things. You're going to need, I've got a half a stack of powered rails. I got 24 regular rails, 6 redstone blocks. You may need more or less depending on how you lay it out. I've got 40 redstone torches. Again, you may need more or less. Get a couple of stacks of redstone dust. I'm using 12 repeaters, 9 comparators, 1 dispenser, 1 sticky piston, 7 hoppers, 2 iron bars, 5 strings. These can be any item, can be zombie meat, whatever. You're going to put it in the hopper timer. A block of sand, 1 cactus, 1 button, 8 signs, 1 item frame. And you need a pointer for the item frame. I like using a redstone torch, or you can use a regular torch, whatever. You want approximately 7 temporary marker blocks, something that's a different color that you will remove later, just so to keep track of where you put your track switches, your direction changes. Okay. You want to be able to identify that from below. So 2 carpets, any color, doesn't need yellow, and a minecart or 2, okay? So you're going to need a bunch of filler blocks. Depends on how big you want to make your station and what you want it to look like. Okay? I'm not going to really finish this one as in usable. Okay, so let's start. So again, I got a 12 by 25 platform here. You need to be able to dig down 1 deeper here. So that makes your platform and then 2 below it, okay? All right. I'm on level 3, and then my platform is on level 6. So you need that much room, and then four layers above it. Okay, so we're going to start by placing our cactus down. We want our cactus to be right here around the corner. All right. I've got a beacon, so I can jump really high. You may want some steps, okay? Alright, so we got our cactus there. Now we want to kind of surround the thing. Alright. Okay. Now we're going to place some blocks here. Now, I will show you how I do this. And you can change it to fit your needs. Alright? So my dispenser is going to go here, facing up. Alright? And now, going into my dispenser, I have hoppers. So let's get some of those hoppers. I need to make sure I have 2 left over. There, so that's going in. In. And oops. And in. Now, I like I like to put 2 more. You don't have to, but you know, occasionally my player will pick up a minecart, and so I've just added those. Does it help? I don't know. That's what the carpet is for, is just to make that look a little prettier. Alright? Okay, on top of your dispenser, you're going to have a powered rail. Okay? And then you're going to have a regular rail and another regular rail. You're going to have, yeah, I probably shouldn't have put it on like that, but let's see. Probably went in here. Okay. First piece you should put on is right here. Okay, then put this guy on, get rid of him, because you want your curve to be correct. Okay, there you go. Alright, now, whoops, quit crouching, pull the stuff out of this guy. Alright, now crouch, place a rail, place a powered rail. Okay, there we go. That is that part. Now we can come out here and we can make our track however we want. Okay? Doesn't matter. Let's just say we want one here. I just noticed something I want to talk about. See my pickaxe? It doesn't have any efficiency. I want that pickaxe so that I can pick up rails without destroying everything around it, okay? Just makes my life easier. Okay, I'm gonna have my first one here, and I'm going to go off this way. And so I want to power this block. There's one underneath it, so we can put a redstone torch down there. If we find out later that we can't, we can remove that and we can put a redstone block. Okay, now we'll see we got power there. Let's put our next rail down. Alright, now we go to our next one. Typically I have a powered rail here also. And we'll see. We'll run that off of a torch because okay, then we'll make this simple. We'll just alternate. Your tracks that curve have to be cannot be the powered tracks, all right? Now over on this side, it's harder to put the redstone torch because that's where my logic is. So I'll put redstone blocks on the ones over here. All right, just makes it easier. If you don't like the looks of it, well, you can put torches beside them, but really it doesn't even, in my opinion, it doesn't even really show up hardly. Okay? Alright, now we have a powered rail, and I'll show you about powering those later. Ah, see, I already missed a blue block. Okay? Alright, now we'll just go this way. Okay. Okay. I'll go ahead and lay this out, then I'll come back. I'll speed it up a little, and then I'll come back and we'll go to the next step. Okay, folks, now we've got our tracks laid out. Now we're going to come underneath here and we're going to place a bunch of torches. These are going to power our tracks, plus they're going to control things. Now we'll go up on top here in a bit and we'll look at this. Alright, these ones I think we'll have to power them up above. Alright, so we have power. We need power here. And then we'll power these guys. So I need a few more redstone blocks. Just get a handful. Alright, that has everything powered other than our stuff that we can't do quite yet, these switches. Okay, this may be a little bit tricky, but we'll see. That's why I wanted to help you do it. I did this different, so I'm going to have to tweak this to get it right myself. Okay, so now we've got our basic track laid out. we've got most of our switches powered. We need to check. Okay, I'll show you what you need to check, and you need to check this. Technically, should have checked it first. So these are all going the right direction. Every one of them is going the right direction. So if we come in here, we'll go straight into the cactus. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you have to power them and unpower them and see what happens. Okay. Because you may surprise you. They may switch the wrong direction, and you may not see that until you unpower it. All kind of seems to me that it kind of just depends on which way it connects first. Okay, so everything unpowered. See, these are all going the wrong way, unpowered. Okay, so they need to be powered to head the correct direction. Okay, so let's put our torches back there and check them again. Now for these guys, for those guys, when they're powered, they go the wrong direction. See? Now these ones are correct. Alright? So, what that means is we have to invert the signals going into both of these. Alright? That may be tricky. Let's get us some redstone. Let's just run that guy out here, way out of the way. That's probably far enough. Now you put a block down with a torch on the side. It kind of hangs over that line, and you see that shuts it off. So now he should be fine. Now here's the other tricky part. I may have to change this slightly. Because our logic's going to get twisted up. Okay. Let's see. We want redstone down. We got to stay out of the way of this one also. So let's just lay some redstone down to make sure we're not going to get tangled. Let's put our inverter here. Okay, see, it won't go into that from that direction. Okay, yeah, that's an issue sometimes. There are ways around it. Some of them are kind of ugly. You have to approach it from a flat side. One thing you can do, that'll probably do it right there in a shorter distance. Let's see. We're looking. Nope, it didn't shut off. It wouldn't do it. Okay. All right. That's tough when you have them close together, but we'll work through this. Okay, see, that will connect. All right. So anyway, there's an inverter for that guy. Now for this guy, we're going to want to come off, and this is fairly simple. We'll just put him here. Oh, oops, no we won't. See, what did I tell you? Can't listen to my own advice. Okay, for this one it's going to be fairly simple. We just got to come off two. There you go. Head in. Now, actually, I think we can do it this way. Yep. Okay. So both those are switched off now. Now all of our tracks should be headed correctly. Okay, now depending on your layout, you have to play with this yourself. Okay, so that's kind of how you do it. These are called inverters. You can look up a redstone inverter, but basically let me show you what it does. It changes. See, you have, whoops, it's not going to do it again. You have a line coming into there that's low, so therefore this one's high, which shuts this off, so he's low. So see, it allows you to get the logic state that you want. Now if I put a torch there, he shuts off and he turns on. Okay, so that's inverters for you. There's plenty of things out there to let you understand how they work. Okay, so these two, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna wire over to these two. It's not a big deal, we'll get it. Okay, now we need to set up our item frame. Okay, we got to remember our piston goes here, so we can go ahead and place him here on the one below with a block on top of it. Okay, all right, now let's get this item frame set up. Four high on the wall. Okay, we need our button, because our button goes right here. Then our item frame, whoops, get away from that cactus. Let me put my blocks above it. That'll help me a little bit, keep me from killing myself. Okay, now our item frame goes 3 blocks up, kind of in the center. You want these 3 here. Okay, this will let us start setting up our tracks. Okay, now you can put a pointer in it. I don't. Let me show you why I like the redstone torch the best of what I've found. Because the red dot stays pretty close to the center, and then the pointer just points around to your different positions. Number 1 is pointing straight down. Yep. Okay, so here's our positions: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and those correspond to the track that they're going to switch. All right, yep, and there's our button to make everything go. All right, okay, so let's wire some things up. Can't see my dispenser. Probably need to cut off a couple of blocks here. Okay, our dispenser, we need a block down here. All right, on the back of our button, we need a block. And behind our item frame, we need a block. Okay, and then we got to have some way for logic to get down here. All right, on the back of our, whoops, I missed that. On the back of our item frame, we want to place a comparator. All right, facing out. Okay, then we're going to place a block there, a block there, and a block there. and a dot of redstone right there. Alright, he's picking up our signal. Now here we're going to run some redstone down this guy. Let's just make sure he's connected. I like to make sure things are connected before I... Yeah, see, he lights up. Alright, and this guy, you could already see the redstone signal glowing. See the little there particle effect coming off of it, so you know he's connected. This block up here is required because the redstone signal feeds out of the comparator into this block and then transfers below to the redstone. Okay, other than that, it looks like, why do I even need that? Comparator there. Same setup as before. With the redstone dot. Okay. Okay. All right, now we need to power our piston and our dispenser off of this line. Okay, couple ways to do that. That being one, and for our piston, we're going to use 3 repeaters. 2 of them set to max and 1 of them on the second setting. Okay, this is because with this setup, with all of the tracks looping around in weird directions, you need a little more time for this to get past this track before it switches back. Okay, that's the main thing about it. Okay, now we're going to set up our clock, our what do you call it? It's a pulse extender. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so to build this clock or pulse extender, whatever you want to call it, put a block down, put a torch on it. Okay, going into that block, you have a comparator set on subtract mode. Alright, this other direction you have a repeater. Okay, you got a piece of redstone dust here, you got a block here on the end, and he has dust and dust. Okay, now the way I like to do it is just put a block down, get my hoppers, place the first hopper, knock the block out, crouch, place the second hopper. Okay, now coming out of this hopper you have a comparator and a repeater, and then in this hopper you put 5. Well, I recommend 5. You may have to play with it. That's all your timing. Let's test that thing. Okay, let's just pop a redstone torch down and remove it. Okay, you ready? Okay, it comes on, it goes off. Alright, so that's our pulse extender. What that is going to do, it's going to enable the tracks to switch. It's going to disable I'll show you. It's going to enable the tracks to switch. Alright, this item frame and these comparators and the track switching logic, it will all switch. It will all switch just as soon as you change that item frame selector. We don't want that to happen, because if that happens, incoming cars will go the wrong place. We want them to go to the station. So therefore, we disable this until we push the button. Then when we push the button, these get enabled, which allows our outgoing car to go down the selected track. We give the car enough time to get down the selected tracks. This guy times out and he disables him again, so they switch back to the direction so your incoming cars can get the go to the right place. Okay, all right, so now we should have our dispenser working. Oh, this guy's supposed to have, I don't think he needs it in our design though. In Exumavoid's design, he had a repeater here, but I don't believe we need it. I think it was for isolation from other signals. Okay, all right. Yes, technically we don't need this block. We could get by with just one of them. All right, and as long as we connect that, it's all the same wire. All right, okay, all right, so now coming out of here, we need to invert this. So we are going to place a block here with a redstone torch on it. Okay, then we place a bit of redstone. He's lit up. We come around here. Let's see if we can make this curve. And we come over here and see we disabled that comparator. All right. Okay. This may or may not work. We can do it that way. All right. That's better anyway. I was concerned about this block interfering, this signal interfering with this block. Okay, all right, so that's got that wired up. Now we're ready to wire our tracks. For that, we want to temporarily remove that, because we want to see what signal is coming out of our item frame selector, and we're going to tune that. I'll repeat, this is not a cookie cutter design. This is to help teach you how to do this yourself, okay? Because you can do it. All right, so let's remove this block and let's put a block on top here. You're gonna get used to seeing that. I want to crouch and I want to catch the edge of that. There we go. Now I should be able to put a redstone dot on the ground there. Yep, and he lights up. Only one block. Our item frame must be set to 1. Okay, let's check and see. Yep, it's set to 1. Now let's just look at that again. All right, let's just put a little string of redstone. I know we covered this in this other video, and I really want you guys to look at that other video. One I kind of called it a precursor to this. Okay, now you see we're just coming out 1. Okay, we change it to 2, and look at that, 2 blocks of redstone. We'll change it to 3. We're going to see it on this one. That's how this system works. Okay, let's change it to 3, and we can see it because we are allowing these to be enabled right now. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. You see that? That's an entire principle that we're going to use to light these things up. Okay, now the other important thing about comparators is what comes in the back. What comes in the back goes out the front. All right, let's pick up this. And let's set this guy back to 1. Alright, 1. Now we need to get that one signal over here. And it's not reaching. Okay, so let's try something. What if we put a block there? Okay, now this, let's see. Okay, if we put a block there, then it does come out. Let's see if we can put a repeater there. We can, and you see it drives that. Okay, so let's see now. Alright, 1. But we don't want him to switch. Oops, we don't want him to switch until we get to 2. Okay? So we have a 1 there, but we don't want him to switch till we get to 2. So let's see what we can do about that. Back up a bit. Put him back down. Alright, when we switch to 2, this guy should turn on and drive that. Okay? So we're set to 1. We want the minecart to come out here and head down 1, which it's going to. Now we switch to 2. We want the minecart to come here, and it didn't work, did it? Okay, we want it to come here. We wanted this to switch, so let's go see why it didn't switch. Ah, it didn't switch because somebody didn't put the redstone dust back. Okay, alright, so there's our first position. Okay, so we're coming out of here, we're on position 2. We're coming out of here, we're going down 2. Alright, now let's change it to 3. On 3, we want this track to turn directions. Okay, so let's set it on 3. Now please pay attention to this, because this is what's going to enable you to do this yourself. Okay, now that guy is lit. Okay, since he is lit, this is the track we want to trigger. Alright, since he is lit, he's putting a 1 out, so we got to figure out what we want to do here. Now we could put down another comparator here. Now he's going to put a signal out 2 places. Since we want this guy to switch now, we want to put our repeater right there. Okay? If we put our repeater up here, then it wouldn't switch until we hit the next position. So you see the signal, you got to pay attention to those little sparklies, those particle effects. Place your repeater down there. Yep. Okay, now we need to set up for our next switch. Okay, so we got to see how far out we're coming. We're coming there too. This guy's dead. Okay, so now we got a choice. We'll see on our next, do we want a comparator here, or do we just want a repeater here? I think we want a repeater here. Let's try that. Right now, see, it's 1 block away from getting triggered. Okay. So let's go to 4. Okay. Goes past this, past this, past this, and it goes to 4. Okay. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing here. I'm just tuning each step. Okay, now let's see. How far does our redstone go? It stops there, okay? So it won't continue until we hit 5. So it looks to me like we need another comparator here. That's going to allow our signal to come out here but go no further. So we can turn the corner here. We can put another repeater, put our redstone down. Now when we switch to 5, it should go one more, which hits this repeater and unpowers or switches the next track. Okay, so let's try that. 5. Okay, we go past 1, past 2, past 3, past 4, and we go to 5. Beautiful. Okay, now we need 5 to switch. Let's see, let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 5 should have switched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, okay. So 5 is here. 5 is lit up there pretty powerfully. Oh, what in the world is going on here? This looks kind of funny, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. See, we're getting power off of this guy. Okay, so we have to watch things like that. Sometimes we may have to have more inverters. Okay, so it's getting to here. We may have to put an inverter here. No, let's don't do that. Let's look at this some more. Let's put a wire here. Okay. Now let's go check. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to enable 5. And we're just getting to here. Okay. So if we put a repeater here and some redstone here, that should have us set up for 5. Okay. And then we're going to have to swing this way to get these two. That may be fun, may be tricky. Okay, so let's see. We are on. Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so past 1, past 2, past 3, past 4, past 5. I think I messed something up. 1. We want track 2. 1, 2. We want track 3. Past 1, 2, we got 3. We want track 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And we want track 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one shouldn't be switching. All right, that should hit 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now for 6, track 6, we want 5 to switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. So now we need to turn this guy around. He's the one I just broke. Okay. So let's look at that. Let's get rid of our ladder. Okay, so now this guy, yeah, we had to go a really strange way here. Okay, so we're set on 6. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so that's taking us to 6. Now we want 7. Okay, 7, we need this guy to switch. Alright, so we need this guy to switch. So we got to figure out what we're going to do there. Okay, that's lit. This is not lit. Okay, so we need to be careful here. We could simply, I think, do that. Yeah. Okay, we can simply do that. Okay, as soon as this block lights, it will power this inverter, which will toggle our signal. Okay, let's see if that works. So 7. So, no, we want 6. We want to take track 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It didn't switch. Why didn't it switch? Because we didn't. Okay, it's already on 7. So we need. Okay, this is easy enough, I think. Let's see if this will work. Let's move him up 1. And put our inverter, our repeater, right there. Okay, so that guy's switched now. Whoops, 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 come on. Okay, so he's switched, so he's going down 6. Is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah, he's going down 7. All right. Now we go to 8, our last one. Yes, it is confusing. I will never disagree with that. But the nice thing is this is the last one. Okay, we're there. We're here. Since this is our last one, all we have to do is put a repeater here. Boom. Come on, back up. Put a repeater here, and that's it, and connect it up. Okay, now that should have switched our final track. And it did. Okay? All right. Folks, did you understand that? I struggle with it a little bit also, because you have to look at each step all along the way, and you have to see where that signal runs out, because what you're dealing with, that item selector, it's an incrementing or decrementing signal. Every click, that redstone goes one block further. So you're going to use comparators to send it one block. You could put a block in place at certain points. Like if I put a block right here, I'll get a 1 out here and a 1 out here with a comparator feeding into it. But I didn't need to do that in this case. All right. That's how you set this up. That's how you set it up to switch the way you want to. Okay, now we come back in. Oh, we can't come back in because we're still disabled. So we need to hook up our redstone there, or we're still enabled. Hook up our redstone there. Now we're ready to try this thing out. Is it going to work? Okay, let's check our tracks. Those are powered. Those are powered. Powered, powered, powered. It looks like everything's powered. The only thing I don't see that I do want, some blocks to stop my minecart from running off the edge of the world. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, nope, I didn't finish it yet, quite honestly. Let's put our minecarts in. Okay, now I got a couple other pieces. I have my iron bars. Now I feel these are pretty important, and the reason is if you get up here too close, when that cart comes out, it will hit you and it will take off before the tracks are switched and such things. So I feel you need that. All right, now let's put up some walls. All right, we need to go ahead and pretty this up just a little, because that's what we do. I'm not Mr. Decorator. You probably noticed that by looking at my stuff. Yeah, I kind of colored this. I think it's kind of nice, but I'm not Mr. Decorator. All right, destination number 1. Let's go, folks. Ah, come on, I'm crouching. I do that kind of stuff all the time. And we hit 1. All right. I do run into that. It's hard on this short track because the cars are not up to full speed, but they bounce off the cactus. 2. And I don't know if you noticed it, but I saw the track switching back there. When you're doing these tests on this short distance, yeah, you can outrun the timer. 4. There we go. 5. Sweet. Folks, I hope you like this. You know, I love this station myself because I like being able to configure things a little more. You know, I thank Exumavoid for putting his station out 4 years ago, because, you know, seeing how that was done, you know, gave me a good foundation to build this on. All right. You may find that you need to switch the number of items in your item frame. And I put those too high so that I don't jump on top of them like that. See, I think we just went to 7. We'll go to 8. And there we go, folks. Wow, we got it done. Look at that, will you? You know, did you ever think you could have a train station of spaghetti tracks like that and just have it work nicely? I don't know that I would ever build a configuration like this. Mine would probably be straight, going off left and right. But I wanted to show you how to change the logic state. You know, because the tracks, depending on how you lay your station out, the tracks require either active redstone signal or a low redstone signal, and it varies depending on the direction you lay your track out. You may need these inverters on every one of your tracks. So I wanted to show you how to do that. Okay? And if you need them, that may mean that you need to head this direction with your comparators to start with to give yourself room to put those inverters. Okay? You have to just watch it. You have to pay attention to the level of these signals coming out of these comparators. That's how you tune it. If you run into problems, let me know. It's possible I can help you sort it out. But I hope my real goal on this video was to teach you a little bit about how to do it yourself so that you can succeed, so that you can go, ha, I don't need you anymore, Jimbo. Oh, poor Jimbo, he's not needed, huh? Yeah, you know what I mean? So you can be independent and build your own things the way you want, so you can understand these. So please let me know if I succeeded with these videos. The first one, the shorter one on the item selector and the comparators, and then this one on the train station. Let me know, folks. Does it help you out? I sure hope so, because that's my goal. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you find it helpful, educational, useful, and I hope you can build the train station that you really want. All right? So take care of yourselves, have fun, stay safe, and have a great day. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.